Well, here I am. As you can probably tell that it's later in the day. I started off in the primary area I had the first day, and it just wasn't happening. Like I couldn't feel like I was going to get 5 bites by the end of the day. It just was super duper tough. So I had to go to Plan B, and Plan B was this backwater like pond site that had pretty clear water. I didn't catch any big ones in practice. I caught a bunch of little ones, a bunch of babies, and actually I'd caught most of the babies I'd caught. I mean, they're Okeechobee. You only need 12 inches to be a keeper, so it was a bunch of keepers, but they were small, and they were like this fish right here or smaller. You know, they're just little fish, but struggling so bad at my starting spot, I was like, I've got to go somewhere and get a limit and just save points. You know, it's at the end of the year, it's gonna be a race and points that makes a difference. And I mean, you could stub your toe in the first one if you don't catch a limit. So I went to this area just to catch a limit, and I happened to catch a couple fish that were better than average and worked out a decent limit, but still not what you need on Lake Okeechobee. I really needed another five. I needed a 5+ pounder. I mean, that's going to be the story of this tournament, is really how much 5+ pound bites make a difference on Lake Okeechobee. But my Plan B worked the way that I had hoped it would. It salvaged the tournament and gave me a decent limit to save some points and to, you know, put me. If I didn't have that limit, I would have been severely down the standings from where I was ended up finishing. So great Plan B. It worked out, gave me a decent limit. But so this right here is just an overall picture. You can see it's a pond site choked out by lily pad stems, and it has a hard reed line, and those fish were on that hard reed line. I think they were spawning on that hard reed line around the edges. And I was just throwing a wacky rig Cinco to those fish. And this right here kind of sums up the day. I mean, another tough day for me on Okeechobee. I really just couldn't figure out the big bite. My primary spot, like I said, was dead first thing in the morning. I actually go back there after this and fish it again in the evening to give it another chance at, you know, just catching a 5+ pounder, and didn't even get a bite. So, but this right here sums up the day. So I had been cleaning the trolling motor prop all day from these lily pads. Well, this time I fell in. I caught the vinyl wrap with my foot. You can hear me choking on the water that I had go in my mouth when I fell in. But I caught the vinyl wrap with my foot. Just trying to step up on that front step to clean off my trolling motor prop. But huge shout out to Bass Boat Technologies. I've been running them for several years now. They are the strongest mount I've ever seen. And
wow,
to be able to pull 200 pounds of me into the boat on them without them flexing at all. Wow.
Feels good.
Bass Boat Technologies is the deal. So glad this happened in Florida, where the weather was beautiful, instead of back home where we were getting snow, I think, at this time. But there you have it. I mean, more fish like that and some kickers, I would have been in this game. But that's the way it goes.
Well, there you have it, guys. It was a tough tournament for me. I just never figured out how to catch one over 5 pounds, and that's what it takes on this lake. I mean, the Okeechobee's known for those big sacks. We had a 31-pound sack, we had a 28-pound sack, lots of over 20-pound sacks, and that takes 5+ pounders to do that, and I just could not figure out how to get that bite. But caught a bunch of fish. This place is definitely looking good for the future because it has a lot of potential with the amount of fish that's in it. So any of those fish I caught today, or the past 2 days, have been, you know, possible 10-pounders down the road. So a lot of fish in this lake. This lake is looking really healthy, really good. The grass where I was beautiful. There's nothing you can do about it when you have 3 days of practice and 2 days of tournament before the cut, and so basically 5 days to try to figure out how to catch the better than average fish, and you just don't do it. There's nothing you can do about that. You just have to chalk it up for a lesson learned. Definitely will be looking a lot at the MLF Live coverage, figuring out where they figured out how to catch bigger fish, and use it as a learning lesson for the next event, because I'm sure we're gonna come back to Lake Okeechobee in the future, because there have been some epic catches this week, and this place is just, it's phenomenal. I mean, beautiful. It's like 70-degree weather right now, the first thing in the morning. It's just a beautiful place, great weather, great people, great hospitality. You really, if you're not a tournament fisherman, if you're just someone that's interested in catching big bass on an awesome grass fishery, this is the place to come to. This is definitely a dream destination, because it has them, and I'm looking forward to coming back one day and doing it again and figuring out how to catch those big ones. So I'm gonna get on the road. I got another event to go to. I got the Toyota Series at Gunnersville up next. I finished 3rd there last year, so I at least have a better idea of how to catch those big ones there. So I'm really looking forward to that event. But we're just gonna keep it rolling, keep it going, keeping the positive vibes up, because I'm living my dream right now. And at the end of the day, that is all that matters, is that good Lord has put me in this place to where I get to fish for a living on places like this. And I'm loving every minute. It might not last but a year, it might last 25 years. I'm gonna enjoy the ride no matter what. So stick with me, keep watching me, keep following me on my social media. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting me. Peace out. We are here, 3rd day, morning of, with Jonathan Dietz. He has got 20 pounds the past 2 days, and he's going to do it again, even better today. Looking forward to this guy. I'm coming out here to root on him this morning. If my fans watching this had to go to a local tackle store like Angler's Choice Marine and pick one lure to fish down here at Florida, what would it be?
Hold that thought. Let me grab it for you. It's gonna be a dirty jig swim jig, and I put a Z-Man goat on the back of it because that Elaztec is ridiculous, and fishing down here around these cattails and stuff like that eat regular soft plastics up. I go through one Z-Man goat a day, maybe. I use the same one all through practice.
Nice.
And the bites that you get on these are absolutely insane. So that's what I'd be throwing.
Nice. And this is a guy that knows how to catch them down here, so look out for this guy, Jonathan Dietz. He's gonna go get them today.
Let's do it.
We're here with Martin Villa, sitting in 34th, going into the day, but this is the Lake Okeechobee, where big sacks can be caught and tournaments can be won from way down the pack. He's looking forward to going out there. Tell us about what you're gonna do today.
I've got 2 areas on the fish. One is flipping, it's going away. I've leaned on it pretty hard. I've probably pulled 50 fish out of it the past 2 days. The other spot is where a lot of the mega sacks have been coming from, but yesterday it was kind of difficult on them. I went into there yesterday, lost one about 7 pounds, and had another 5-ish jump off right at the end of the day. So they're there.
Well, good. You're saving them for today, man.
That's right.
Go get them, brother.
Yep,
Looking forward to you, man. Pull it out.
Well, remind you, today starts the day for, or starts the season for Angler of the Year, and also Polaris Rookie of the Year as well. At this time, if I can have everyone please cut your engines off, stand, remove your hats, direct your attention to...
Here we are, Lake Okeechobee. This place is just an awesome fishery. It's loaded with so many big sacks. They are battling right now on the water to see who's going to win this thing. And I just want to give you a quick recap of what happened with my side of the tournament. Is I just never figured out how to get above 5 pound bite. Just never figured it out. And on this body of water, as many 5+ pounders as it has, if you can't figure that out, you're not gonna have at least one good day. That's what this lake takes, is that one really good sack. You don't have to do it 2 days in a row to make a cut, but you gotta at least have that one. And I never had it. I had solid limits for anywhere around the country, I needed a kicker. I needed 1 kicker, 2 kickers, 3 kickers would have put me in the top 10. And I mean, I had the second day, I had a 1 pound, 4 ounce bass. If I would have caught 1 6-pounder, I would have jumped up a pile of places. So it just shows you that on a fishery like this, you just got to figure that out. And I couldn't find it. Pre-practice, 3 days of practice, 2 days of tournament, I never got a glimpse at 1 over 5 pounds. And that's just a difference maker in tournament fishing. You can be on lots of fish, and if you see in the video, I caught a lot of fish, bunch of fish, but to get those big ones, you gotta, stars gotta align, and you gotta figure it out to get those bigger bites. And it's not really a recipe that you can just make happen. You look at the weights. There are a lot of guys that have that great day with some big catches, and then they have a weight like I had the next day, or the first day, and they come back on the second day. And it just shows you that this place has got a bunch of big fish, and it takes connecting with them to do good in this event. But really, it's when's your day, it's your day. This place has got a lot of that 10 to 13 pound sacks, and that's what I caught both days, and that's why I ended up where I did. And just big fish, didn't get a chance at them here on Big Okeechobee. But I promise you, I will be coming back to this place to get a little redemption. But right now, we're headed to Gunnersville. Super excited. That place is chock full of big ones also. And that place is the exact same way. When I finished third there last year, I had one that was like 7 pounds, and I had 2 6s. You've got to catch those better than average to compete on these lakes like this that have them. But we're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep giving it all we can. We're gonna try to figure out how to catch those big fish. I do know those big ones at Gunnersville, what they bite. I wasn't dialed in here. I didn't have a clue. But at Gunnersville, I've caught them before, so I know what to be expecting there. So super excited. We're gonna go get them at the Mecca of Gunnersville. That place has got so much bass history, and that's why I love going there. I mean, I've seen a ton of tournaments there, just like this place, and it's exciting. Whenever you get to go to places that you've been dreaming about going to your entire life, growing up as a kid, following Bassmaster and MLF magazines for as long as I have, well, FOW formerly, you really get a taste for wanting to come to these places. And to be able to do that, I'm living the dream right now. Super pumped about it. But stay tuned. We're going to go catch them next time.